Hi friends, my name is Ratan. I'm working for DURGASOFT Solutions as a Java trainer. In the last videos we discussed exception handling, collections, arrays. So almost all videos are completed. Now in this video we will discuss about the multi-threading concept. So you know importance of multi-threading, right? So thread. So you know thread is nothing but a process. Thread is nothing but a process. So the lightweight process is called thread. So here in earlier system we are using monoprocessing, like single processing system. So how many processor execute only one time at a time, only one process is able to execute. Nowadays everything is multi-processing, more than one thread, more than one task is executed at a time, right? So now here, before going to the threads, first of all can you please check the multi-thread. Before we do multi-threading, first of all can you please check the single thread concept. So can you please observe, there's a screen. I hope you played NFS games, number of games, right? In that games, can you please take the NFS game, number of cars are moving, car 1, car 2, car 3, car 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Total how many cars are moving here? 4 cars are moving. The 4 cars are moving, we are controlling only one car, 3 cars are automatically controlled by system. Now in this case, tell me here, the same screen apply without multi-threading. Can you please assume that the same screen without multi-threading? If you are observing the same screen without multi-threading, so how many threads are running at a time without multi-threading? Only one thread, right? So obviously how many threads are running? Only one thread is running. Now what happened here? One car is moving. So what about remaining cars here? What about remaining cars? So here one car is moving, then after completion of one task, then second car is moving. After completion of second, then third car is moving. After completion of third, then fourth car is moving. That is NFS game without multi-threading concept. So can you please apply the same thing by using multi-threading? In multi-threading, more than one thread is running at a time. All threads, thread 1, car 2, car 3, car 4, all cars are moving at a time. That is called multi-threading. So the multi-threading is very important for the gaming applications. In the video games and the gaming applications, you are able to observe multiple objects are moving at a time. Multiple things are moving at a time. So you can take the sample movie screen also. So in the movie screen, hero, heroine, director, number of persons are there, right? So hero, heroine, like. So in the same way, so multi-threading is very important for gaming applications. So in the gaming areas only we are able to observe multiple objects moving. That is called multi-threading. So here, if you are going to multi-threading, so we must know the multitasking. So everyone says multitasking, right? So here, the multitasking is not a great one. What is multitasking here? Executing more than one task at a time is called multitasking. Executing more than one task simultaneously is called multitasking. The best example of multitasking, so we are doing Java practicals. In the meanwhile, we are listening MP3 songs, right? Directly we are unable to concentrate on practicals. We are listening MP3 songs. We are doing practicals. Meanwhile, at the background, one download English movie or Hindi movie. Yes or no? So one person, while using laptop, we are typing the application. In the meanwhile, we are listening to the songs. In the meanwhile, we are downloading the application, right? So we are doing multiple tasks or not? That is called multitasking. Executing more than one task simultaneously is called multitasking. So in multitasking, each and every task is separate independent process. So here, downloading the video is not depends on listening the music. Listening the music is not depends on writing the application, right? So each and every task is separate independent process. That is called multitasking. Executing more than one task at a time is called multitasking. And each and every task is separate independent process. That is called what? Or multitasking. And in front of the video, don't sit idle. In every video I am repeating the same point. Can please take the pen and paper, can please note on each and every point. So clear? That's very important. And so in multi-threading we will discuss. In front of the video direct I am able to give the examples. I am able to give the direct theory. I am unable to give the dictations and all. There's reason while delivering the concept, can please write the each and every point regarding multi-threading. So the multi-threading is very important for the gaming applications. So in the gaming applications, you are able to observe multiple threads are running at a time. After I discuss multitasking. So executing more than one task, right? Now think about the multi-threading. The multi-threading is nothing but executing more than one thread at a time. Thread 1, thread 2, thread 3. Executing more than one thread at a time is called multi-threading. And executing more than one thread, thread 1 and thread 2, thread 3. Total how many threads here? 3 threads. Executing more than one thread at a time is called multi-threading. In multi-threading, each and every thread is separate independent part. This thread is not depends on this one, this is not depends on T3. So each and every thread is separate independent process of same application. Separate independent part of the same application. So that is called what? Your multi-threading. So point is clear here. So executing more than one thread at a time is called multi-threading. In multi-threading, so each and every thread is separate independent process of, each and every thread is separate independent part of same application. So you can take the NFS game. So NFS is the big one, right? The NFS is the main application. So NFS contains what? Car 1, car 2, car 3, car 4. So here how many cars are there here? 4 cars. 4 cars running at a time or not? Car 1, car 2, car 3, car 4. All cars are moving at a time. This is called what? Multi-threading. So each and every car is nothing but thread 1, thread 2, thread 3, thread 4. Total how many cars are there? 4 cars. How many threads here? 4 threads. Here 4 threads are moving at a time. So executing more than one thread at a time is called multi-threading. So tell me, this each and every car is separate independent part of NFS game or not? That is called your multi-threading. Tell me, what do you mean multi-threading here? Thread is nothing but a lightweight process or user-defined task. Multi-threading means executing more than one thread at a time is called multi-threading. In multi-threading, each and every thread is separate independent part of the same application. That is called your multi-threading. So clear? Good. There is multitasking, multi-threading. Everyone is able to understand what is the multi-threading, executing more than one. Multitasking means more than one task executed. Everyone is able to say like that, no problem. So practically, Ratan, how to create the thread? How to create the thread? Thread is nothing but what? User-defined process. I created my process. I would like to start my process. I am creating my own process. I would like to start what? My own process. So the lightweight process, small task, the lightweight process is called what? Thread. Now Ratan, I would like to create my own thread, my own process. To create your own thread, we are having 2 approaches to create a thread in Java. Total how many approaches are there to create a thread in Java? 2 approaches. One is extending thread class. The approach number 1 to create thread class, extending thread class. Approach number 2 is implementing runnable interface. So extending thread class. The second one is implementing runnable interface. So implementing, so what is the interface name here? Runnable interface. Extending thread class, implementing runnable interface. So these are the 2 approaches to create a thread. So here, extending thread class, thread is a class, runnable is interface. These 2 are present in java.lang package only. So tell me, how many approaches are there to create a thread here? 2 approaches to create a thread. Extending thread class and implementing runnable interface. Implementing what? Runnable interface. So here, thread is a class and runnable is interface. These 2 are present in what? Java.lang package. So you know what is the default package in Java? Java.lang, right? So default package means if you are importing or not importing, by default that package is imported. So the default package in Java, Java.lang, the default modifier in Java, default, the root class of all Java classes, object class. These are commonly important questions. Common important questions. These are the 2 approaches to create a thread. So before going to the multi-threading, I will write the first of all single threaded model. First a single threaded model, then multi-threading model, multi-threaded model. Now I will write the application regarding single threaded model. Single threaded model means the application contains how many threads here? Only one thread. Application contains only one thread. So you can please check the example regarding multi-threading. So here, if you require the material regarding core Java, So in front of the video we are writing some running notes, that's fine. So don't forget, write the running notes always. And if you want the notes regarding Corejava, can please send a request to my mail ID, send a test mail, then I will forward the material. My mail ID is ratna5256@gmail.com. This is my mail ID. So send a test mail to this one, I will forward the material to ratna ratna5256. This is my mail ID. Good. So single threaded model we discuss first, then we'll introduce multi-threaded model. A single threaded model, class test, main method. The main method hello world is there. So hello world, hello world, hello world, hello world. Total how many times hello world is printed here? 5 times hello world is printed. Let me save the application test.java. This is my test.java. So control S. So save this application. The command prompt local disk G. So you know, always I saved my applications in which folder here? Local disk G. So Java by Ratan folder. The Java by Ratan folder, Java programs folder. In this folder my application is there. In this folder, can you please compile this application? Tell me how to compile application. Java compiler, can you please compile my application test.java. So JVM, can please execute my application Java test. How many times hello world is printed here? 5 times. So tell me here, the execution always starts from which method here? Main method, right? The execution always starts from main method. Whenever the execution starts from main method, one thread is started automatically. The thread name is called main thread. Hey, concentrate. Whenever the program execution starts from main method, one thread is started automatically. The thread name is called what? Main thread. In this example, main thread is started. Main thread is started. So here main thread is executing. Main thread is executing. Here what happened here? Main thread is ended. Main thread is ended. Tell me. So here this is called single thread model. Application contains how many threads here? Only one thread. So whenever the execution starts from main method, one thread is started automatically. The thread name is called what? Main thread. So if the application contains only one thread, application contains how many threads here? Only one thread. If application contains only one thread, we are able to say exact output. Here, how many times the data will be printed here? 5 times the data will be printed. This is called what? This is called a single threaded model. This is called a single thread model. So clear? Now we will discuss about the multi-threading. Now we discuss about the multi-threading. So in multi-threading, you know, total how many approaches are there to create a thread here? 2 approaches. One is extending thread class, one is implementing runnable interface. Now we will discuss about the first approach. What is the first approach here? Extending thread class. Extending thread class. In the extending thread class, we are having some steps. I will discuss all the steps. Concentrate. Extending thread class. So what is the step number 1 here? The step number 1. I would like to create my own process. To create your own process, step number 1 here. Our normal Java class myThread, our normal Java class will become thread class whenever we are extends what? Thread class, predefined thread class. I would like to create my thread. To create our thread, our normal Java class will become thread class when we extend which class here? Thread class. So step number 2, we created thread class. So for this thread class, for this my thread, I would like to provide the logics of thread or not. So in entire multi-threading, write the logics of thread by overriding run method. So I created my thread by extending thread class. I would like to write the business logics. To write the business logics, tell me, write the business logic. Write the business logics of thread by overriding run method only. By overriding run method. I said overriding run method. Overriding run method means that run method is already present in which class here? Thread class. Run method is already present in thread class with the empty implementation. Override that run method to write the logics. Public void run method, open brace, closure brace. Here can please write what? Thread logics. This is step number 2. What is step number 1 here? Our normal Java class will become thread class when we extend thread class. What is the step number 2 here? The class might write the logics of thread by overriding run method. The run method is already present in the thread class with empty implementations. Run method is already present in thread class with the empty implementations. Step number 3. Once the thread is ready with the logics, we are writing logics also by using run method, right? Once the logics are ready, can you please instantiate the thread class? How to instantiation here? Thread t equal to new mythread of. Mythread t equal new mythread of. After instantiating the thread, start the thread by using start method. How to start the thread here? T data start method. These are the 4 steps to create a thread. What is step number 1 here? The normal Java class will become thread class when we extend thread class. Inside that method, inside the thread class, can please write the business logic by overriding run method. Then instantiate the thread class, then start the thread by using start method. So concentrate in multi-threading. Understand the first application is very important. Once you know first application, we are able to understand complete multi-threading. So these are the 4 steps, right? I will convert these 4 steps in programmatic form. What is the programmatic form here? So for the first step here, our normal Java class will become thread class when we extend switch class here, thread class. Override the run method to write the logics. Public void run method, I am writing logics. The logic, you know, just I would like to print the data 10 times. Int I equals 0, I less than 10, I less than 10. Just here I will write I plus plus. Now here tell me the system dot out dot println of, then I printed what? Just here I am printing, this is my user thread. This is my user thread. Completed. This is completed. That is your thread. Process completed. Then I would like to start the thread, obviously. Now here, so you know how many steps are completed here? 4 steps, right? What is the first step number 1 here? Our normal Java class will become thread class when we extend the thread class. Step number 2, override the run method to write the logics of thread. Instantiate the thread class, start the thread by using start method. So concentrate here. The application contains 100 threads. The application contains 100 threads. So one main thread is required to start the user defined thread. The point is here, to start the 99 threads, you require the main thread. Ratan, my application contains 99 threads, Ratan. To start your 99 threads, that start the thread code must write in which thread here? Main thread. I said main method, right? The main method, main thread is importance. What is the importance of main thread? So public static void main, that is called main thread, right? The program execution always starts from main method. So public static void main, then I write the string array args. This is called my main thread. To start the 99 user thread that starts code, we must write in which thread here? Main thread. The point is clear. That is the importance of main thread. So what is the importance of main thread? The program execution, 2 importance of main thread. The program execution starts from main thread. What is the point number 1 here? The program execution starts from main thread. Point number 2. What is the point number 2 here? To start the user defined threads, that is starting code must be written in which thread here? Main thread only. So to start the user defined threads, we must depends on which thread here? Main thread. That is the importance of the main thread. So here, you can please check it. This is my user thread. To start that user thread, we must depends on main thread, right? This is called thread demo class. In the thread demo class main method, the public static void main, the string array args, open brace, closure brace. So here, to start the user defined thread, we must write the code in main thread. How to instantiate thread class? Mythread t equal to what? New mythread of. Instantiation is completed. Then start the thread by using start method. Then user thread is started. This is what? Thread starting code. This is user thread starts code. User thread starting code. Then I will write the logics of main thread. Logics of which thread here? The main thread. What are the logics of main thread here? Just I write the for loop. For int I equal to 0, so I less than 10, then I bring the I plus plus. So concentration on first application, very very important. Once you know the first application, the remaining applications are, you're able to understand each and every application. This is called what? Main thread. This is called a user defined thread, right? So user defined thread. Good. These are the application context. Now how many threads? Tell me here. The program execution starts from main method. Whenever the execution starts from main method, one thread is started automatically. The thread name is called which thread here? What is the thread name here? Main thread, right? Good. Main thread is started. When we call the t.start method, what happened here? One user thread is also started, right? Already main running mode, user is started. Now in this application, in this line of code, how many threads are there here? 2 threads are there. How many threads are there here? 2 threads. Public static void means string array args. This is called main thread. This is called main thread. Whenever the t.start, what happened here? User thread also started. Now application contains how many threads here? 2 threads. Now concentrate. I created my class my thread. I created class my thread. So here, and I returned my thread t equal to, I called new my thread of. My thread t equal new my thread of. I call t.start method. I call t.start method. Whenever you call the t.start method, what happened here? User thread is started. Now tell me, if the application contains 2 threads, what is the 2 threads here? One is the main thread, one is the user defined thread. If application contains more than 1 thread, then which thread is executed first? If application contains more than 1 thread, then which thread is executed first? Rathan, obviously which thread is executed here? Obviously execution starts from main thread only, right? Don't say main thread. Execution always starts from main thread only, no problem at all. Execution starts from main thread, but I am asking from this line onwards. So execution always starts from main thread. Once user thread is started, main is there, user is there. From this point onwards I am asking. Execution always starts from main thread. But when I start the user defined thread, now what happened here? It contains 2 threads, right? What are the 2 threads? One is the main thread, one is the user defined thread. Now from this point onwards I am asking, if application contains more than 1 thread, then which thread is executed first? Tell me now, main thread or user defined thread? Question is clear? Good. So here, if application contains more than 1 thread, then thread execution decided by thread scheduler. Simple point. If application contains more than 1 thread, then thread execution decided by thread scheduler. This is one of the component of the JVM. That component will decide which thread is executed first. Question is clear? So in my application contains how many threads here? 2 threads. If the application contains more than 1 thread, thread execution decided by thread scheduler. Thread scheduler is a component of the JVM. Thread scheduler is what? Component of the JVM. So here the thread scheduler internally follows 2 algorithms to deallocate the CPU. Thread scheduler internally follows how many algorithms? 2 algorithms to allocate the CPU. What are the 2 algorithms? One is the preempt algorithm. So thread scheduler follows how many algorithms here? 2 algorithms to allocate the CPU. One is what? Preempt algorithm. The next one is the time slicing algorithm. SLICING, time slicing algorithm. So the thread scheduler follows these 2 algorithms to allocate the CPU for these threads. Point is clear? This information regarding thread scheduler. So tell me, the thread execution decided by obviously thread scheduler, right? Good. Now can you please concentrate on this application? We need to understand a lot of points in this example. When I call the t.start method, first of all, generally tell me small question. When I call the t.start method, JV will search the start method in which class first of all? JV will search the start method in which class? So that's the reason I said first example is very, very important. First 1 hour, 1.5 hour I will discuss first example only. Concentrate. T dot start. When I call the start method, T dot start method, the JV will search the start method in which class here? T class, right? T class means which class here? MyThread class. In the MyThread class, any start method here? When I call the T dot start, T is which class here? MyThread class. The JV will search the start method in which class here? MyThread class. In MyThread class, any start method here? There is no start method. In the MyThread class, there is no start method. It will search the start method in what? Parent class, right? It will search the start method in what? Parent class. Now in the thread class, start method is available. Now in this example, when we call the T dot start method, which class start method is executing here? Thread class start method will be executed. So don't call directly T dot start. So we must analyze it. When I call the T dot start, first of all, start method will be checked in which class? First it will check in which class here? MyThread class. Oh, in MyThread class, start method is not available. Then it is searching for which class? Then it is searching for which class here? Thread class. In the thread class, start method is available. Yeah, like that, how to initialize. But generally, students and employees also, a T dot start, thread is started enough. To start the thread, T dot start is required, thread is started. Don't think like that. When I call the T dot start, which class start is executing here? Thread class start method will be executed.